Today's video in our flow series is a little bit more active. Good one to be done after one of maybe the slow flows or warm-ups. This series will involve a few standing postures as well as a few balancing ones. And it's aimed at opening the hips. And set your space up, having any props that you might need available, like a blanket or a few blocks. Find a seat, and we'll begin. And come to a seated position, either on the heels or the sits bones. And gently begin to draw your ear to each shoulder, just alternating sides with each breath. And start to take little half circles, eventually working your way into full circles. Interlace your fingers together, flip the palms upwards, draw the shoulders onto your back, and slightly tuck your chin into your chest. Release the hands, and re-interlace the fingers behind your back, and draw those low floating ribs together. Bring your hands to the outer edge of the right hip, and gaze over the left shoulder. Switch sides, bringing the hands to the outer edge of the left hip, and gaze over the right shoulder. Take a breath in, come to your hands and knees, and start to press your way up, and walk your feet to the top of your mat. Take a breath in, lift halfway up, release your breath, and fold forward. Inhale to lift halfway up again, lengthening through the spine, and exhale, plant the hands, extend through the left leg, and step to the back of the mat. And drop your knee to the mat, uncurl your toes. And take a few breaths here in your Anjaneyasana lunge. Straighten through the front leg, flex through the toe. And begin to return back to your lunge. And keep moving between these two postures with your breath. Return to your lunge. Plant the weight into the left hand. Reach the heel for your glute. And wrap your right hand back to meet the outer edge of the left foot. Gently release. Curl the toes underneath. Lift the leg off the mat. Extend through the right arm. Knit your ribs together, feel the core engage as you skip the back foot in and extend straight through the right standing leg. Switch the arms out, planting into the right fingertips and lifting the left arm out. And slowly begin to re-square the hips. Set the left leg back down to meet the right. Take a breath to lift halfway. Exhale and fold again. Inhale to lift halfway. Plant the hands, this time stepping the right foot to the back of the mat. Drop the knee. Uncurl the toes when you feel ready, and begin to work through these two postures, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, and Anjaneyasana, lunge. Move with your breath, and when you're ready, return to your lunge. Plant the weight into the right hand, reach your heel towards your seat. Extend the left arm back, and finding a bind with the pinky toe edge of the foot. Take a few breaths. Release slowly. Lift the right leg off of the mat. Start to skip the toes in. Planting weight into right hand and opening up into revolved half moon. Press your weight now into the left hand. Find your balance first. Stack the right hip on top of the left. Keep flexing through the right toes. Opening and extending through right arm. Step the right foot down to meet the left. Take a breath to lift halfway. Exhale your breath and fold over the legs. Plant the hands onto the hips. Inhale to stand. Place your hands together at the center of your heart. Start to lift up through the left leg, flexing the toes behind you as you straighten out. Reach your arms in front of you. Take a big step to the back, planting the outer edge of the left foot parallel to the back of the mat. Slide your left hand back down your leg and reach up with the right arm. Continue to deeply lunge through the right knee, feeling knee stack over top of ankle. Right forearm rests onto the thigh. Take a few circles with the left arm. Change direction. A few more breaths here. Frame your front foot and step the right leg back to meet the left in downward dog. Shift forward, pressing into the tippy toes. Release the breath as you lower through chaturanga. Press into the tops of the toes. Breathe in cobra. Curl over toes, release back, downward dog. Inhale to walk your hands up and exhale to come forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, rise to stand, sweeping arms overhead. And take your hands beside you. Bring them to the heart center. Reach up with the right leg and begin to extend the right toes behind you. Flex through the foot. Reach the arms straight in front. Take a big step back, planting the outer edge of the right foot parallel with the edge of the mat. Right fingertips reach down the back of the leg as the left arm lifts up. Use your breath in to soften you through center, and exhale, find the left elbow to left knee or thigh. And take a few circles here of your arm, and changing direction again as you are ready to. On your exhale, frame your front foot and step the left foot back to meet the right in downward dog. Take your inhale, press your right ankle over top of the left thigh, firmly flexing through the foot. Shift forward and release the shin to the mat. Right knee out wider than the edge of the right wrist. And left leg is straight behind you. You can take a look at the back of the leg just to make sure that your foot isn't sickled. If you'd like a little extra stretch here, begin to reach the left foot for your seat again. Possibly hooking the left foot into the crook of the left elbow. Maybe even reaching right arm up too for a little balance in mermaid pose. Option 2 is this one, releasing the arms forward in front of you, either resting onto the forearms, slipping a block underneath the forehead, or laying all the way onto the chest. And stay in either of these for as long or as little as you like, taking one or both of the variations here in pigeon pose. And press your way back to your downward dog. Cross the left ankle over top of right thigh and shift your way forward into pigeon pose on this side. Making sure again that the left knee is tracking out wider than the left wrist. This allows for the hips to remain square and for you to get the most out of this stretch. It is entirely up to you what variation of this posture you so choose. A couple other great modifications for this are using a strap. If you are unable to create this bind with the arm or your hand, loop the strap over the top of the foot and use the right hand to help guide the leg in a little bit closer to the seat. One other modification too is sliding a blanket underneath the outer edge of the front leg's hip. And for this side, it would be the left. This just helps fill in the void, making you feel a bit more secure and supported in this posture. And whenever you've had enough, you can sit off to the outer edge of the hip, swing the legs in front of you, and stack one knee over top of the other, and kind of bringing the heels to each side of the seat. And the knees will loosely stack. Don't worry too much about getting them to be perfectly stacked on top of the other, as mine are not either. Reach up through the right arm, planting it behind you, and let the left hand come somewhere to the outer edge of the right thigh. A few breaths to be here in the twist. Swap the legs out. Make any adjustments to your seat. And take a couple breaths in and out, noticing what you feel in the outer edges of the legs. Reach up through the left arm, planting it behind you. And guide the right hand to the outer edge of the left thigh here. And gentle twist. A few breaths. And slowly come back to center with your inhale. And press up, uncross the legs. Bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees drop out wide. Arms rest onto your shins. Hands wrap around the feet. Lead forward with the collarbones, allowing for the heart to remain open. A few inhales and exhale. Use your breath in to sit up with a tall spine. And allow yourself to take a couple breaths with your eyes closed. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. Leave any comments with any ideas you have for other videos or things you might like to see. And also subscribe to see more videos like this.